There's a single fruit that's probably sitting quietly in your kitchen. Yet for men over 60, it's gradually lowering your testosterone, blocking your circulation, and silently stealing your erections. You'd never suspect it. In fact, most people still assume it supports heart health. But in my practice, I've seen men's lives shift dramatically simply by cutting this so-called healthy fruit out of their daily habits. I'm Dr. Garag Mahai. I've spent more than 30 years assisting older men regain their confidence, strength, and intimate vitality. And over, I've discovered a remarkable reality. When men over 60 stop guessing and begin eating with purpose, their bodies can react rapidly. I share practical, science-backed insights made just for you so you never miss a chance to restore your vitality. Here's what no one mentions. Not every fruit is a smart choice for aging men. Some fruits actually boost estrogen, cause an insulin surge, and reduce your nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps erections strong and steady. On the other side, there are 4 simple fruits that actually support blood flow, spark testosterone, and naturally restore energy and intimacy. In this video, I'll guide you through the 4 fruits you must avoid after 60, and the 4 you should add to your diet every day if you're hoping to recover your vitality and confidence in the bedroom. And stay with me through the end, because the final fruit I'll discuss has helped several of my patients reverse years of erectile decline in only a few weeks. Before we get started, if you're a man over 60 truly committed to boosting your energy, blood flow, and confidence, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. I offer practical, science-based guidance designed just for you. If this topic connects, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I know how to better assist you next time. Now, let's begin with the first fruit you ought to avoid, and it might catch you off guard. It's one that many men enjoy daily, without a second thought, yet it's quietly disturbing your hormones and weakening your circulation. Let's discuss grapes and why they aren't as harmless as they seem. Grapes, the hidden testosterone risk. Grapes are often considered a symbol of wellness. Small, juicy, and packed with antioxidants. However, for men over 60, they may be causing more damage than benefit, particularly when eaten frequently and without regard to their origin. Grapes are among the most heavily sprayed fruits in commercial farming. Unless certified organic, they commonly carry a mix of pesticides, many labeled as xenoestrogens. These synthetic substances act like estrogen in men's bodies. Here's where the trouble starts. When your system is filled with these estrogen-like chemicals, they begin to compete with your natural testosterone. Over time, this can lower libido, increase belly fat, enlarge the prostate, and yes, lead to softer, weaker erections. Even more alarming, research reveals that pesticide residues on grapes can harm endocrine function and decrease sperm quality in aging men. One patient of mine, Alan, age 67, believed grapes helped him manage his blood pressure, but he was eating 2 handfuls daily, non-organic. When we took them out of his meals and focused on low estrogen fruits, his morning erections started to return. Within just 3 weeks, he felt more energized, slept better, and regained confidence he hadn't experienced in years. Grapes aren't evil by nature, but for older men with declining testosterone, even minor hormonal changes can have major effects. That's why I suggest reducing or eliminating grapes, unless they're organic and eaten only occasionally. And definitely skip grape juice. It's a sugar and pesticide overload that can damage your health. Now, if grapes are a hidden hormone hazard, wait until you see what's inside that innocent little fruit cup most seniors eat at breakfast. The next one is sweet, but dangerously deceptive. Canned fruit cocktails, the senior sugar trap. They're sold in tidy containers. They look bright, soft, and easy to consume. For many men over 60, canned fruit cocktails are a common breakfast or snack, sometimes eaten right along with morning medications. They seem harmless, even beneficial, but what most don't realize is that these fruit cups are really a cleverly hidden sugar trap. Quietly, they're harming your arteries, hormones, and sexual performance. The real danger isn't just the fruit, but the syrup it sits within. Most canned fruit is soaked in high fructose corn syrup or concentrated juices, both high in simple sugars. When these sugars enter your bloodstream, especially first thing in the morning, they cause an insulin surge, inflame arteries, and drop your nitric oxide, the molecule you need for firm erections. High fructose corn syrup is also linked to fatty liver, increased estrogen, and reduced testosterone. So the fruit you think is supporting healthy aging may actually be draining your strength from within. One of my patients, Raymond, age 72, had eaten fruit cocktails daily for years. He suffered from fatigue, brain fog, and lost all sexual desire. When we removed those cups and added real, low-sugar fruits, his energy came back, and his intimate life slowly recovered. Even light syrup and no-sugar added versions can be misleading. The fruit has usually been stored in cans for months, often bleached, fiber removed, and chemically preserved. If you thought canned fruit cocktails were bad, the next fruit may shock you more. Because it's fresh, popular, and widely praised for health, yet for aging men, it could be quietly destroying your drive and edge. If you're finding this video useful, type 1, and don't forget to hit like. Bananas. Yes, it's a hidden problem for some older men. Bananas are often one of the first fruits we learn to enjoy. They're soft, easy to grab, and advertised everywhere as a nutritious snack. Yet for men over 60, especially those facing low energy, weight gain, or intimacy struggles, bananas might be doing more harm than good. Sure, they provide potassium and a few valuable nutrients, but bananas, especially the overripe, sweet types most people prefer, can trigger subtle yet meaningful shifts in your body's balance. First, bananas are loaded with simple sugars that rush into your bloodstream. This sparks a quick insulin surge. And whenever insulin increases, testosterone usually declines. Over time, these ongoing sugar bursts may lead to insulin resistance, extra weight, and slower metabolism, all of which directly damage your ability to maintain firm, healthy erections. But there's another perspective. Bananas also influence serotonin production. While serotonin helps with mood stability, too much at the wrong moment can leave you feeling emotionally flat or drained. Several of my patients mentioned feeling sleepy, foggy, or emotionally numb after a banana-filled morning. For aging men, this emotional flatness often appears in the bedroom, less excitement, weaker response, and reduced sexual desire. Even the abundant tryptophan in bananas, known for encouraging relaxation, can backfire if your goal is energy, alertness, and physical readiness. Simply put, bananas aren't always the power food they're made out to be. Naturally, not every man will react similarly. But if you're past 60 and eating bananas daily, and you're noticing lower drive, softer mornings, or emotional tiredness, you might want to rethink it. Still think dried fruits like raisins or dates are a smarter option? You'll want to know what they're actually doing to your testosterone before reaching for another serving. The truth could amaze you. 4. Dried fruits, especially dates and raisins. They seem harmless, just a few raisins here, a couple of dates there. Many men over 60 treat dried fruits as a healthy snack, particularly when cutting back on sugary processed foods. However, dried fruits are among the most deceptive foods you can consume at this point in life. And if you're coping with low energy, weak circulation, or fading bedroom confidence, they could be making things worse without you even realizing it. Here's the problem. Dried fruits are intensely concentrated sources of sugar. Just 1 cup of raisins contains more sugar than a soft drink. Unlike fresh fruits, these sugars are heavily condensed and stripped of the fiber that would normally slow absorption. That means your blood sugar rises rapidly, your insulin shoots up, and your testosterone falls sharply as a result. It gets worse. Many packaged dried fruits are coated in oils to prevent sticking and preserved with sulfites to maintain their color. These additives can block zinc uptake. And as any men's health expert will tell you, zinc is essential for testosterone, sperm quality, and erectile function. I've had patients say they snack on dates before bedtime, thinking they're making a wise decision. But what they didn't realize is those dates were keeping their blood sugar high all night, blocking growth hormone release and preventing testosterone from recovering during sleep. Dried fruit may taste pleasant, but for aging men, it often leads to a bitter path of hormonal imbalance and silent damage. So now that we've discussed the 4 fruits that can undermine your manhood after 60, let's change direction. Coming up next are 4 powerful, underrated fruits I recommend to my patients, ones that can reignite blood flow, boost testosterone, and bring your vitality back faster than you might imagine. Pomegranate, the king of circulation. If there's one fruit I suggest almost universally to my male patients over 60, it's pomegranate. Not only is it tasty and refreshing, but it's also among the most effective natural tools we have for restoring blood flow and supporting testosterone. Here's why. Pomegranate is rich in compounds known as punicalagins, powerful plant antioxidants that excel at lowering oxidative stress and improving the health of your blood vessels. This is crucial because your erections rely entirely on one thing: circulation. And pomegranate has been proven to increase nitric oxide production, relax blood vessels, and allow for firmer, more consistent performance. In one study, men who drank pomegranate juice daily saw clear improvements in erectile function and a noticeable boost in salivary testosterone after only a few weeks. These aren't just surface-level benefits. We're talking about genuine hormonal and vascular support from a single fruit. I've seen men come to my office tired, discouraged, and convinced their best years were over. We cleaned up their diet, added real pomegranate, whether through a small glass of juice or a half cup of seeds, and in only 30 days, they reported more vitality, stronger mornings, and a sense of restored confidence they thought had disappeared. It's vital to pick 100% pure pomegranate juice without any added sugar. Or better yet, eat the fresh seeds. Add them to your morning smoothie or enjoy them plain. Either way, your body will respond. Now, while pomegranate boosts circulation, the next fruit works as a protector, shielding your testosterone from hidden damage while calming the very hormone that drains your drive. You've likely seen it at the store, but never realized its real potential. Kiwi, the testosterone citrus. Kiwi may not be the most flashy fruit in the produce section, but for men over 60, it's one of the most overlooked gems for hormonal health and stamina. This little green fruit is loaded with vitamin C, sometimes even more than an orange. And that makes a bigger impact than most men know. Vitamin C is vital for testosterone formation, helping protect Leydig cells in the testes from oxidative stress. When those cells stay strong, so does your testosterone output. But kiwi offers even greater value. It provides actinidin, a natural enzyme that enhances digestion and nutrient absorption. Why is that important? Because as we age, our digestive power weakens. And even if we eat well, we don't always absorb the nutrients we need. Kiwi helps fill that gap, ensuring essential minerals like zinc and magnesium, both critical for male performance, actually reach your bloodstream where they're utilized. Additionally, kiwi has been shown to lower cortisol, the stress hormone that directly competes with testosterone. Multiple studies, including research from Japan, showed that men who ate 2 kiwis daily for several weeks experienced improved sleep, lower blood pressure, and better emotional well-being, all crucial for restoring intimacy and energy. I frequently advise my patients to eat the whole fruit, skin included. The skin is edible, full of fiber, and delivers an added boost of nutrition. Just wash it thoroughly, or choose organic. If the skin isn't appealing, that's perfectly fine. The inside alone is enough to start changing how your body responds. And if kiwi helps quiet the stress that holds back your vitality, the next fruit does the reverse. It energizes and stimulates the very molecule responsible for a firm, lasting erection. Most men aren't aware that this fruit acts like nature's solution to a blue pill. 3. Watermelon, nature's Viagra. Watermelon isn't just a classic summer treat. It's one of the most powerful natural options older men can use to improve blood flow and erectile function. What sets watermelon apart is a compound called L-citrulline. Once inside your body, L-citrulline is converted into L-arginine, which then helps in boosting nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is absolutely essential for erections. It's the molecule that signals your blood vessels to expand, widen, and let rich blood flow where it's needed most. Unlike synthetic medications that force this process and can carry risks for your heart and blood pressure, watermelon works with your body, gently and naturally. Many of my patients in their late 60s and 70s who began eating watermelon regularly, especially on an empty stomach, noticed firmer morning erections, greater stamina, and improved energy during the day. It's hydrating, easy to digest, and naturally low in fat and salt. To get the most benefit, eat fresh watermelon slices instead of store-bought juice, which often includes added sugar. If you prefer to drink it, blend it yourself, and include the white rind, the part right beneath the skin, which holds the highest level of L-citrulline. Some men even add a bit of ginger or lemon juice for an extra boost. And remember, the goal isn't only a single strong moment, it's about developing lasting vascular strength and hormonal support over time. Watermelon supports both. Now, while watermelon improves what flows through your body, the next fruit protects what's already inside, your testosterone, your mind, and even your memory. It's small, dark, and mighty. Most men never realize it's the missing element to feeling mentally sharp and physically alive again. 4. Blueberries, the hormone shield. Blueberries may be tiny, but for men over 60, they hide a remarkable advantage. These deep blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, plant compounds that defend your blood vessels, lower inflammation, and guard your testosterone from hidden cellular damage. What makes blueberries especially valuable is how they support both the body and mind, helping older men stay sharp, balanced, and physically engaged. As we age, oxidative stress becomes one of the biggest threats to male health. It harms the cells that create testosterone, weakens blood vessel linings, and dulls nerve response. Blueberries act like nature's cleanup crew. They neutralize those destructive free radicals and restore a healthier environment for your hormones to thrive. That means firmer erections, faster recovery, and improved mental clarity. Numerous studies have shown that consistent blueberry intake can improve insulin sensitivity, reduce brain fog, and even boost memory, all tightly linked to how confident and capable a man feels in his body. I often tell patients to begin their morning with half a cup of fresh blueberries. Whether they're tossed in Greek yogurt, blended in a smoothie, or eaten by themselves, the benefits are obvious. Over time, many men report sharper focus, stronger drive, and even a renewed sense of connection in their relationships. Blueberries are also low in sugar and high in fiber, making them an ideal fruit for keeping hormonal balance through the day. They help control blood sugar, which protects testosterone, and prevent mood crashes that can disrupt intimacy. Now that you've learned about the 4 restorative fruits that truly support a man's health after 60, it's time to bring everything together. Because it's not just about what you avoid or what you eat. It's how you put it all into practice that matters most. Let me show you how. Conclusion: putting it all together. So, let's summarize. If you're a man over 60, the fruits you choose each day are more important than ever. Grapes, canned fruit, bananas, and dried fruit may appear innocent, but they quietly drain your testosterone and slow your blood circulation. In contrast, pomegranate, kiwi, watermelon, and blueberries can restore your circulation, renew your energy, and preserve your vitality. You don't need to be flawless, just consistent. Your body still knows how to be strong, confident, and vibrant. Give it the right nutrition, and it will meet you, one bite, one day, one choice at a time. I hope today's video gave you useful, practical insight into how your food choices can either drain or rebuild your vitality after 60. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a tip that could preserve your energy, manhood, and confidence. And I'd truly love to hear your thoughts, your questions, or even your personal experiences with these fruits. Drop a comment below. Your voice helps others and keeps this channel thriving. Lastly, don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with a friend, a brother, or a loved one who needs this message. One simple change can make a world of difference. Gentlemen, if today's video helped you protect your health, your confidence, or your energy, you can now say thanks in a special way. Just click the thanks button below the video. Your support helps me share more tips that keep men strong and healthy well past 60, and I truly appreciate every single one of you.